Architect conception.
Active by night. Keep going crazy.
Je t'aime davantage, chérie, giving me ecstasy. Don't take your love from me. Make me never wanna leave. I love you more, chérie, giving me ecstasy. Making sweet love to me. Making me never wanna leave. When you come home, just take your clothes off. Drop them down to the floor now. Take my hand and I'll lead ya. Pull the sheets, we don't need them. Elevation from THC. Feel the love when you stare at me. I lose my breath like every time you take my soul, you take my mind. Je t'aime davantage, giving me ecstasy. Don't take your love from me. Make me never wanna leave. I love you more, chérie, giving me ecstasy. Making sweet love to me. Making me never wanna leave. You make me never wanna go. You make me never wanna leave. You make me never wanna go. Never wanna go. Never wanna leave. You make me never wanna go. You make me never wanna leave. You make me wanna stay with you around love all eternity. Je t'aime davantage, chérie, giving me ecstasy. Don't take your love from me. Make me never wanna leave. I love you more, chérie, giving me ecstasy. Making sweet love to me. Making me never wanna leave.
Active by night. Keep going crazy.
Oh, Donatello. Oh, yeah. Sleep comes to me in pieces. I'm awake and no new thesis. How long can I keep pretending that I don't need this sleep? Afraid of what I dream. Am I holding back from destiny? What are you trying to tell me? I thought that I woke up but now I feel stuck. But no, I'm still sleeping. But no, I'm still in between two worlds. I see you deep in, but no, I'm still sleeping. But no, I'm still dreaming.
I close my eyes and I can see you clear. Don't wanna wake up and get out of here. These are my confessions I held too long, I fear. Way too scared to wake up every time. Feel like I'm on my own. Feel like I found my home. Sleeping so good, I just don't wanna go. I know we're only supposed to sleep for the night, but I just can't open my eyes, no.
I thought that I woke up, but now I feel stuck. But no, I'm still sleeping. But no, I'm still in between two worlds. I see you deep in, but no, I'm still sleeping. But no, I'm still dreaming.
Hey everyone, we are here for another dope episode of Let's Get Activated podcast. This is episode number 184. This is your girl Same. We are streaming live right now on YouTube and Facebook. So tonight I have a very special guest. I've got artist and entertainer in the building, NAYO DEZ.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Welcome to Let's Get Activated.
Yes, that was the bomb.com intro. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here tonight.
Oh, yes, you are more than welcome. Before we get into your story, we definitely want you to break down, both of those amazing songs, Sherry and Sleep Paralysis, and the video, content too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Of course. So, thank you again for having me. Sherry was, I guess, one of my most professional looking videos. As an independent artist, it's been like a struggle to get like content. People don't understand how much, goes into this when you don't have like a team and you doing it dolo, you know what I mean? So, I want to like emphasize how hard it was to get content made. Sherry was actually created in 2021, but the video wasn't made until like maybe 2023, so it's like it's a process because it's not as readily available, the resources. So it's like I work hard, I go to work every day, I get my check just like everybody else, and I reinvest it in myself. So I wanted to encourage anybody that watches me, like it doesn't just happen. I work hard to put out content for everybody. So if I put something out, just know a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that. But Sherry, the song itself as a construct, I had created it as a demo, didn't think anything was gonna come of it. And then I had decided, no, I'm gonna make something happen with it.
Yeah.
So I took what essentially was, a series of demos. And then I decided, yeah, I'm going to run with it. When I came up with Sherry, I was like, man, I want to come up with something that is relatable, like love and sex and whatever. And I just put my little spin on it. I'm Haitian American. So I was like, let me throw in some French words,
Yes. I got that.
So I was like, I ain't gonna do too much, but I'm gonna put something in there so y'all can, like, okay, she's speaking another language. Like, let me tap in to see what she's talking about. Sherry, the words in Sherry, Je t'aime davantage is basically I love you more. And I say it in English and in French. So, people's like, what is she saying? I just told you what I said. So, you can repeat the words. So it's really important for me to incorporate my heritage heavily in any music that I make, even if it's just a little bit. Like another song as an example that was on the same demo is Island Girl. Like the whole song is in English, but the visual, I made sure I had my Haitian flag and my bikini, I had a Haitian dress. Like I was like, I don't, I speak Kringlish, but I'm still representing because my heritage is so important to me. And there's so many people like me from other heritage that are like Jamaican American, or whatever they're with their culture, but they were born and raised in America, and we feel out of place. We feel like, dang, we're not fully American because we're rooted in our culture and we respect our culture, but we also have to like live in this modern society. So it's just so important for me to like make sure people know where my background is from, and I put my tradition and my culture at the forefront of what I'm trying to do with the music, so everybody can know, like, yeah, look, even though I'm here, I'm not from here. I have deep roots and I want to share it with y'all.
Hey, I love that. That's a beautiful thing, and there's so much going on, that has gone on in Haiti as well. So just
Still going on. Yeah.
yes, and just opening up the culture, educating people about it, even when you're just bringing it out, with what you do, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, and with sleep paralysis, it's kind of, it's a light touch. Like if I talk about it more, you'll know what the background more is. All of my Haitian friends were in the video, but they had masks on, so you couldn't see who they were. But sleep paralysis is so important because it's a collaboration that I did with one of the alumni from Osceola County School for the Arts, which is my high school that I graduated from. I went to the art school for vocal music, and we decided, like, look, we grown up now. Let's make a song together, and it was like nobody's stopping us. We don't have, contracts or any of that, red tape to try to slow us down. We could just do whatever we want. That's why I love being independent. So when we made this song, I was like, yeah, I think when he asked me, his name is Jermaine Trochet. When he asked me, he was like, okay, what is this about a girl and a guy that's, in a relationship? I was like, I want to write about sleep. Because I think I told him, I was like, sometimes I don't get sleep. And then when I do get sleep, I feel like I'm trapped in my dreams. And I know that's a common experience that's shared amongst people, no matter who you are. So I was like, yeah, I like this concept. And when I began like, talking about it, putting the ideas together, I was like, you know what? I bet everybody has experienced this at one point in time or another, especially now, because everybody is like awakening to themselves, awakening to their real dreams. And we've been living in this, 3D life, just walking through life kind of autopilot and just doing stuff. And now it just seems like there's like a mass awakening of the collective, like of everybody in our modern society. Like, you know what, I don't have to do this shit. I could live my dreams. I don't gotta just accept a mediocre life. I don't have to accept being passive in my own life. I can be an active participant in what happens in my life. And I've been recently experiencing that. So every time I hear sleep paralysis and see it, I'm just like, this is my dreams. I'm waking up. I thought that I woke up. Sometimes it just feels like it's a dream. Like you got to pinch yourself. Like, is this really happening? So I felt like this is a relatable topic. It's deep. You could get, we could go, anywhere with it. So I was like, let me put something out like this. He couldn't be in the video, but he was like, girl, you got it.
He said, I got my voice in there, so I'm good.
Like, you could hear me. It's clear. Like, I'm like, the project, it's important for me to like, I try really hard to put visuals together. People don't know, like, there's a lot that goes into these things, like my current project Seasons, this EP that I'm going to be putting out this year. I'm working on visuals, putting it together, and it's like totally different from what I've done and what you just showed everybody. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to like really get into, my most current project with everybody.
I'm excited about that too, for sure. That's definitely exciting. And with you being such a creative, for the time I've been following you and tapping in, I know it's going to be dope.
Yes, I'm getting goosebumps off of my own music, off of my own project, and I'm just like, yes, if I'm not a super fan of my own shit, how am I gonna make everybody else a fan? You know what I mean? So I'm happy that I'm this excited. I'm happy that I'm like making sure that I'm doing everything that I can to put out the best content that I can, to like connect with everybody and get them like, into this vibe of she's a natural girl. She wants to put out real substance music. I got some songs that I'm just talking nonsense, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of my songs, I think that a lot of the songs that I feel like are more like trendy or relatable is because I'm trying to grab my audience in. I'm trying to
Right.
feed them something that is familiar. And even when I tried to do that, I still couldn't really do that because I'm like, I don't like it. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to put it out there, for everybody else to consume because I have to be a fan. And a lot of people don't feel that way. And I realize watching mainstream artists and watching other artists that they are literally creating music for other people, which is awesome because some people, are really good at that. That's their forte of like, being able to reach out and project other people's point of views. They could write songs that have nothing to do with anything that happened in their life. But I think what makes being an independent artist unique is that I could do both. I could make
Yes.
songs about stuff that has nothing to do with my life, but I'm just using my creative imagery and my imagination to create something, which I have a few songs like that. Um, but I got to sneak in some of me. And some of me is like what's happening in my life for real, like right now. And people may or may not like that stuff, but I'm really confident that there is, a fan base that's out there that I just have to tap into that will love my genre, love my sound. Because a lot of times, especially in this industry, because it's a popularity contest,
Hmm.
people are trying to do what they think people like.
Right.
And I don't got time for that because I got so
Nope.
much other stuff to do.
Oh,
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put out what I do. And if y'all like it, y'all like it. And if y'all don't, that's okay because I'm still blessed and I'm still happy and I love it. So, it's not gonna deter me or stop me from, like pursuing what I feel like should be included in like the universal sound. That's how I think.
I love that. I love that. That's a great way of thinking, being true to yourself. I always say that, be true to yourself. There's versatility you can do and still be yourself while you're doing it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you got this. You got this. So, leading all the way up to this amazing mindset, I know everybody starts somewhere. So, like for you, where did you find, your voice initially?
What's so crazy? I've been singing my entire life, like for real, for real. Like I started in church. My dad's a pastor. I'm a PK. I don't act like one because I'm a black sheep sometimes. But one thing that I always want to make sure that I portray, like even though I put out there a lot, I just want to make sure that like one of the greatest foundations that I like lay for myself as a public image is
Hmm.
that without God there's nothing. um I depend on God for literally everything. Like if I'm breathing funny 1 second, I'm like, listen, God, you got my life,
What's
under
up, right?
control. Like you got like, let's talk about this. It's just, that's my foundation. That's where I started at. That's where a lot of the greats started at. And I respect gospel music so much. And something that people don't know or may not know about me is that I did start in gospel. I had in 2018, I went to Holy Land, which is in Orlando, Florida, and I went to a Donnie McClurkin album release concert, and then ended up in the front. And he passed me the mic for one of his songs, and then I just had like a moment where I just, was just connected with God and wasn't even paying attention. And then I got this mic out of nowhere and I'm singing in front of thousands of people. And I think that's when I decided to step out in courage and like say, okay, I want to do something on my own. And part of that story people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm
Tell it.
spilling my own tea.
Spill the tea.
I had a boyfriend at the time that, I feel like, just misunderstood the nature of the relationship that I was gaining with this public figure. And I was supposed to go on tour with Donnie McClurkin.
Wow.
And he kind of ruined that for me, and I had been in communication with Donnie McClurkin, and then he had revealed that was the reason why that he couldn't take me on tour, was because this person had gotten involved and, was threatening to him, and he's a celebrity, and, he couldn't have that. And I had to ultimately like accept and respect his decision about what happened. And I was just like, I'm not going to let this stop me from pursuing my dreams, from singing and doing what I love to do. And I think in life, sometimes we have moments like that and we don't recover, because it's like, that was a big opportunity that I lost, but that's looking at it from my flesh eyes, from my 3D eyes. My 5D eyes was telling me like, look, you want to do this, but do you necessarily want to do it in this genre? You want to be free about what you sing about. You could love God and still talk about real life stuff. And for me, it was just an eye opener. At first, it was devastating. But then I was like, you know what? God didn't create me to fail. And he didn't get me this far to just let me just fall by the wayside. So I'm gonna do what my heart and my, passion tells me to do. And I just continued. And that's when I put out my very first song, which is Stay. And I love Stay so much because that's one of the songs that was like a real life song, but also still a demo. I when I recorded Stay, I was like kind of breaking up with my situationship.
Right.
And this was a different person because it was years later, because the Donnie McClurkin was 2018 and 2021 was when I put out Stay. Mm-hmm. So it still took me a couple of years to get brave enough to say, I'm going to put out music. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody thinks about the same thing. What are people going to say? I remember I posted my very first just like demo song. And the first comment that I got was, this is the worst song I ever heard in my life. My ears are bleeding. Yep.
Trolls. Trolls.
And that's when I didn't really understand how social media worked and how like what trolls were and all of that. Like I was kind of fresh to it. And I was like, wow. I screenshot it and I was like, I'm gonna keep this, because at the end of the day, you listen to it. Okay. So it's still a win for me. That's number one. And I used it as like a motivation tool. And it's so crazy how you can use something negative to motivate you. Mm-hmm. I think I did the same thing with nursing. I had somebody tell me when I was a CNA, like, you can't become a nurse. You're not smart enough. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like all of those experiences are like shared universal experiences, collective experiences. Like anybody could tell you a story about when somebody made them feel less than, and then they strive to do better for themselves. It's not, probably not the healthiest way to motivate.
Hey,
but
sometimes you need that.
You tell me I can't do it and I'm gonna prove you wrong. So I think all of that together has like pushed me to become the version of myself that was brave enough to put out the music. So, and then with Stay, I had one from one of these independent radio contests. I had one best song or something like that. And that even though we don't need the recognition, sometimes it's helpful as like a confirmation of what we already know about ourselves. Okay. And so that for me, I'm just like, all right, other people are feeling my music, even though I didn't necessarily need that. But it's nice to find your community. It's nice to find people that get you, And I think that's what a lot of it is about. I think a lot of people don't even set out to be famous. They just set out to be heard, they just want to be understood. And I feel like I'm one of those people. So like, even though I have my little small fan base, I love my fan base. I communicate with them on a regular basis. And as people join and discover me and figure me out and like try to get, connect with me, it's just a good feeling to know that, I'm reaching people that want to be reached. I don't want to reach anybody that don't want to be reached. Like, if you don't like my stuff, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay over there. Like,
Yes.
stay over there with your negative self. But
Right.
if you fuck with me, you fuck me. And I want to just leave that open for anybody to interpret my music in any way, because even when I watch my own videos, I find new things, or I realize, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember that part. Oh, okay. And I love when people come with new, ideas of what they thought I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just really cool to see, the music being interpreted, people really tapping in, and just me growing as an artist and changing. Like, this current project Seasons, I see and hear the growth in my voice, in my lyrics, in my song construct, just the way I, put the song together. And I'm just like, damn, girl, you grew. You grew. I
That's what it's
see the
about.
growth. I see the growth. So I just respect music so much that I just want that opportunity to just, put it out there and have people tap in with me, and just continue to do that to a point where I don't need my regular 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the goal. That is the goal. And I'm getting more invitations and more, performances and stuff like that. But I am pacing myself. I'm not in a rush to go anywhere. I'm just embracing the experience of this life. And I'm happy, and I feel like that's what I think people are striving a lot, especially, independent artists. Their goals can be skewed because of mainstream artists, because of what they see on TV, what they see on IG and stuff like that. And I feel like, disconnect from that part of it. Connect to yourself, connect to nature, connect to what is real, because sometimes the internet is a great tool, but other times it can be a disconnect. It can cause a
Mm-hmm.
disconnect with real life. People think this IG and this TikTok, all this stuff is real. We're creating these imageries. We're creatives, and it's
Mm-hmm.
awesome that we can come up with this stuff, but don't get lost in it. Go outside and touch some grass, hug a
Yes.
tree, something like
Right.
and I'm happy that, even though I wasn't prepared because I look like this, I'm just happy that I got a chance to be myself, because at the same time that I love to dress up and, get my hair done and get the makeup and the lashes, because I do love that, I also am like this most of the time, and I want to be portrayed as a real person, because a lot of people sometimes see you and they're like, I've met people that are like, on some starstruck stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's nice, but I'm a
Mm-hmm.
real person. Like, hi, nice to meet you. My name is NAYO DEZ. Like, I
Yes.
want to bring it back down to earth, because some people get too caught up in this internet stuff, and they feel like you should be something beyond what they're seeing in front of them. And I'm like, take me as I am. This is me. Just, I have my good days and bad days like everybody else. So I just respect life. I think being a nurse just has me respecting people and on another level, because I value life and I value people. Even at their most vulnerable times, is because that's when I take care of them. So when I see people putting their content out, putting their music out, putting their creativity out, and then people are giving negative comments, stuff like that, it just makes me sad, because I'm like, you guys really missed out on an opportunity to engage with a unique creature,
Yes.
when you do that, and it does discourage people, but
Mm-hmm.
but thank God I learned how to disconnect from that. My screen time is down. Sometimes we need to disconnect from this
Mm-hmm.
black box that we be staring into, because you could look down and scroll, and then it's 2 hours has passed. I don't want life to
Right.
pass me by. I'm so big on living and experiencing life that I could disappear for, a couple months and then pop back up like, hey, what's up? Well, y'all good?
Yeah, yeah, like I'm here.
I'm still here, but I'm living too. I can't just get, be figuring out what I gotta post next. Like I'm not that kind of artist. I'm an artist where I'm like, you don't hear from me for a little while, but when I pop back up, I'm gonna come out with some stuff, like. So yeah, that's
Right.
me in a nutshell.
Hey, well, you're always creating, well, that's how, we connected on IG. You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, of
Just,
course.
connecting on IG. I've seen your performances. I'm like, okay, like, let's go, So it's a great thing, that's the positive side of the social media. You can
Yeah.
connect with great, people, you just differentiate the reality, what's genuine and what's not.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just appreciate you so much, because you encouraged me a lot before we got on here. Because I'm like, I'm not even ready, because I usually like to put myself together for my audience because I respect them. Like I respect that they took the time out to even watch me. So I try to put out my best stuff. You want to put your best foot forward. But as they say in show business, the show must go on. You know what I mean? I'm happy that I'm here and that I got an opportunity to be here, to talk to everybody, to really tell them more about who I am as a person and as an artist. And I'm just, I wanted to be able to be real. And I was like, how can I show people that I'm real? By just not doing too much sometimes. You know what I mean? So like just being my authentic self without all of that extra glitz and glamour stuff, Sometimes
Yeah.
people need to see that because they don't realize that you're a real person and that you don't just wake up like that. I ain't Beyonce. I love her, but I ain't, I woke up like this.
Yeah,
And
and
I
you did.
respect
But
it.
you
So
look beautiful naturally,
thank you. You're so nice.
We're
You're so
showing, look, we're showing natural black beauty up in here. That's what we're
Amen.
doing,
Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for
you know.
it.
I'm all for it too. That's what that's what we're doing, and I'm laughing at King Kamal's comment because today is Sade's birthday too, but he said making moves like Sade, pop up and drop fire music and go ghost, make the fans want more.
Yep. That's it. Because, when we put ourselves or we put too much of ourselves out there, we could stretch ourselves thin just trying to create. And it was supposed to be a fun, easy process. And then it becomes daunting because it's like, oh man, what if my next video doesn't get as much likes? Like it
Right.
just starts to become, more focused on algorithms than your audience. The dynamics change and then it alters the creativity. And I don't want to dilute my stuff. I don't want to water it down. I want to make sure that I give you this potent creative mind. I don't want to, I don't want to give them less than what I really want to put out there. And I feel like when I'm putting content out there consistently like that, even if I schedule it, even if I do, use all of the tricks, it still burns you out because you feel like now you're not creating for yourself anymore. Now you're creating for other people. And my number one thing that I say all the time, and I've had people tell me, you're not making songs for you. You're making songs for everybody else. I disagree. I want to bump my stuff loud. I don't want to just make a
Yes.
song because I think it's going to go viral or it's going to trend and people are going to follow and like and stream. And listen, if I don't like it, it's not coming out. I
love
have to
that.
fall in love with it. I'm in love with my own music. And I feel like if you're not in love with your music, I don't think you're doing it right. I don't care how popular you are because at the end of the day, I can live with what I wrote. And there are some songs that I don't necessarily want my kids to listen to, but there's nothing that I'm ashamed for them to listen to or that I question myself or doubt myself because I was putting out my creative spunk. I'll put my stank on it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm not too concerned with how everybody else is gonna feel about it because I already love it. So I know someone else will too. So that's where I am with it.
Exactly. You got to do what you love, and put out, what you love. I absolutely agree with you. You can't do it for everybody else. You got to do it for you because when it
Gotta do
becomes
it.
work, it ain't it no more.
if you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life. And so I realized that this is beyond that, because you got to put money to do this. You got to put money up to do this. You have to invest in yourself. You have to, you know, put all you can into it. And so many people give up. So many people stop making music because they didn't get the reaction that they thought they were going to get, or it didn't blow up the way they thought. And they just feel unappreciated as artists. And I just feel blessed to be able to do it. Like, there's people that would love to have the ability to sing and hold a note and hold a tune and harmonize, and, and the fact that I can do it and it sounds good. There's people that make music and it don't sound good.
Yes, facts, facts.
It sounds bad, but we kind of have softened the blow for a lot of artists that just want to do it. And now it's oversaturated with artists that just are putting out music regardless of like how it sounds. But I still encourage everybody because everybody's trying. I love it. It also makes me happy. It's like a catch-22. Like, dang, it's too many people in here, but there's room for it. The internet made it possible for us to reach people around the world. So it's like, is it really too much though? Because, there are people on the other side of the world that need to hear something that probably would never have had the opportunity to hear it. So I don't know. I love the internet and I hate the internet at the same time.
It's a love-hate relationship, but you never know who's watching or listening. Like, there's times like I don't even pay attention necessarily to, the like amount or the comment amount, because there are people who are literally watching and listening. They might not like, they might not comment, but they're watching. Believe me, they're watching, and you just never know that one person who they're connected to or whatever. I'm telling you. So you just got to keep doing it.
And that's another thing I kind of was sleeping on in the beginning. I would get, like hundreds of likes, and I didn't even like, what does that even mean? This doesn't translate into money. Like, so who cares? I don't care what the likes are. I think I was happy with like views, like people viewing the content, because that's all I want the reach. I want the engagement. But if even if I don't get that, I still appreciate, how they came out with the 12 of y'all that watch my post. Y'all want something from the store. Like I'm one of those. Like, I like that because it's like I'm appreciating whoever's here right now, because when everybody catches on, because they will, those people are the core, like those are my core audience. Those are my super fans. Those are the people that was there from the beginning. And I respect those people. That's why I'm like, when I see other artists and they're like, shouting out the people that was their day ones, that was there from the beginning, the 12 likes people. I'm one of those. I'm like, there's people that have been riding with me from the beginning, that some know me personally. I love to connect with people in real life. So like when I go to like a performance or a show, whatever, I talk to everybody. I network with everybody. I, swap, let me get your IG, the networking is so important because I want people to see me as, like I said, a real person. Sometimes when they see you as an artist, you all dressed up, whatever, it's intimidating or whatever the case may be. And that's not the type of artist I want to be, where I'm like, yes, I want to be like exclusive to an extent, because I don't want to share my energy with anybody that can possibly, try to take from me.
Right.
But at the same time, anybody that wants to share in my energy, I'm transparent and willing to share it. So it's like I got to be careful with how I spread myself, because I could get burnt out. Even as an artist, pursuing, there's so much roadblocks that you run into, especially as a female. People don't know how hard it is for females in this industry. I know. There are gatekeepers. That thing is real. Like, I don't care what nobody say. You can have the best content, you can have the best voice, the best songs or whatever. People will try to stop you. People don't want to see you succeed. Not everybody wants the best for you. And I think I was really naive for like 2 decades of my life, where I was walking around thinking that people were like me. And, nursing really showed me that people are not like me. with their intentions, with the way that they act, you know. And I'm just like, the best thing that I could do is be the best version of myself and try to get better every day to show people an example of what it looks like to be a good person. Because being talented is one thing, being a good person is a totally different thing. And I think a lot of us done found out with the whole Diddy and all that stuff that you could have the money and the cars and the clothes, but if you're not a good person, it's gonna catch up to you. You know, and it's so important. I think that's one of my biggest messages. It's like, don't be afraid to be you, but if you was a pedophile, you need to get on now.
Right.
Listen. We're trying to get to a higher vibration as a whole. And I think when I step back and look at the big picture, yes, I love music. Yes, I love to sing. Yes, I love to perform. But I care about being a good person at the top of all of that, because I became a nurse because my mom is a nurse, and I'm the only nurse outside, you know, out of my 6 siblings. Um, I've had, you know, people only know me. There's a lot of people that know me only for nursing. So it's just so funny, you know, to have people recognize me for music now as well. So what I like to tell people a lot is like, you could, you know, pursue your dreams, but you still have to have something practical under your belt, to be able to support yourself. Because had I not been a nurse, I think I'd be singing on the street. Cause, you know, like, you know, I definitely be like Lauryn Hill, Sister Act. Singing doesn't bring crew to the table. Singing, like
Yes.
I'm just like, you know, when you're so passionate, you're willing to go all in for your dreams. And sometimes, you know, we risk it all. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that I haven't had to be a starving artist. Like I'm eating, you know, I'm working. I got, you know, a little bit of change. And I'm also pursuing higher education, because just because you're talented and you're beautiful and you have all of these things going, you can still be smart too. So and I think that's something that I'm doing simultaneously, because I have daughters. I have a son, and outside of the creativity, I want to show them like you could be smart too, you know?
Yes.
So I'm getting my master's in my nurse practitioner, my family nurse practitioner. I'm pursuing that, and I've got a little bit of time to go, but I respect life. I respect people, and it's hard. As much as, you know, I get beat up by people mentally in my job. Um, I think there needs to be like an acknowledgement of like life, because we just live and we just do things, but we don't question anything. We don't dig into our purpose. We don't really tap into ourselves, our soul, and we just kind of work on autopilot. We just wake up, get ready for school, get ready for work, do what we have to do. But what is it all for? What are we doing? And I think because I ask those questions, it scares people, because they have to stop and start to actually think about what's happening. And people, it's so easy to put your head in the sand and just let life just keep passing us by, and then just wake up one day and realize that, you know, we've lost opportunities to live for real. So I just want to encourage anybody that watches, like, live your life, put your phone down, look around. What don't you like? What can you change? What is something that you want for the future? Like, start thinking outside of just, you know, what I'm gonna do at work today, or what I'm gonna do this weekend, and start thinking about, like, step back and look at the big picture of your life and say, like, is this the legacy I want to leave behind? Is this what my life is really about? Is this my purpose? And tap into your life, because we could scroll on IG all day and then lose the entire day and
Yes.
not do anything. And I feel like, you know, the man, Big Brother, is banking on that. Is banking on us staying asleep. When people say woke, they don't really know what that means. They just say it because it sounds trendy and everybody can relate, but you don't know what it means until you start focusing on who you are as a person and what your life means in this world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love like you have a healing presence not only with work but with real life and in music. It's like, healing all around, girl.
Thank you. Listen, and it's hard because don't nobody want to heal. It's easy to walk around messed up, traumatized, hurt. It's easy to walk around like that and just put a mask on and act like everything is okay. But nah, 2025, we tapping in, we changing, we not sticking to the old thing that used to work. We
Right.
have to change, we have to elevate, we have to become better versions of ourselves. So that's what I'm all about, and that's what I want the music to be about. And like I said, there's a couple songs that don't got nothing to do with that, but that's not the point. The point
Yes.
is I'm an entertainer. I like to be funny. I like to tell jokes, but also I like to tap into what makes us human, what makes this a unique experience that we're having, what makes life so special. And so that's what I'm really focused on, especially now, 2025. Listen, I remember Y2K.
Me
Y'all
too.
talking about 2025.
Yes.
I remember powdered milk. Okay, I remember we didn't know what was going to happen when the clock struck midnight. Like,
Nope. Everybody thought the world was about to come to the end and everything, we didn't
like
know.
for real. Like, I
You
remember
know?
that. I remember that. So I'm like, you know what? Being in 2025 is a blessing. It's an opportunity to like really live for real, because we didn't even think we was going to be here. So
Right.
I'm taking advantage of every single day that I have. And even if I don't do music, I do it with work. If I don't do it with work, I do it with my kids. I do it with my kids. I do it with my family. I try to impact in a way every day, do something, because not everybody wakes up. Not everybody keeps on living. Life is not guaranteed, and I get to see that firsthand doing what I do.
Yeah.
So I don't take it for granted. So this is that's my spiel for you guys. Like, I want you guys to walk away with knowing that about me, that this is who I am for real. Like, I'm into it. I want to get into it. Let's get deep.
Yes, that's how it is. It's deep. No, it is a blessing to be here. 'Cause like you said, not everybody gets the opportunity to wake up, That's why, like me, I don't hide my age. Every birthday, I'm like, I'm such and such. Like, I'm 43. Yes, you know what? I made it to 43.
And you look amazing, ma'am. You
Oh,
look amazing.
thank you. And we
Skin glowing,
here.
hair long, everything. Listen.
Oh, thank you. Look, you're looking lovely yourself. Like, and it's like we're still here. You know what I mean? Like, people
Right.
are so much into hiding. Like, oh, I can't say no. Please, you made it like another year that somebody else unfortunately didn't get to make. So celebrate it.
That's right. Absolutely, 100%. That's exactly how I feel, and that's why it's a constant reminder to just remember, like, be intentional. Be intentional. Be intentional. Even if it's something really small, do something intentional every day, and you won't regret it.
Not at all. Not at all. So we got to touch on, before we go, we got to touch on seasons too, because you were talking
Yes.
about it a little, but seasons is there like a plan, like a time frame plans for it to drop and all of that, or?
And I had one.
I know you did.
Life be lifing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had to push things back. The 25th, I'm still planning on having some type of a release party. I was invited to do out in San Antonio, Texas. I got my girl out there. Shout out to Queen Monet. And she has a venue that we're gonna throw a little party, and I'm gonna sing my songs and talk about them more. And I have a few friends come over. We're gonna live stream it so everybody online can see it. But I'm gonna have a time, okay? First of all, that's the number one thing. I'm gonna intentionally have a good time and enjoy that time, because it's an accomplishment of a year of trials, tribulations, ups and downs, stress and successes. And I just want to share it with everybody, because everybody always wants to see the good, but I want to talk about the bad and the ugly too, because it's a part of life. So just because I don't want to focus on the negative stuff doesn't mean I don't want to talk about it, because I think we have enough people suppressing the truth and suppressing the part of ourselves that we don't want to see. We need to be able to tap into it in a healthy way to be able to heal it. Because if we don't get into it, we're never going to heal. We're just gonna like grow over it. You know what I mean? Like how you scab over, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't treat the underlying thing, it's still gonna be there. It's gonna fester. You know what I mean? It could get worse. And that's my nursing brain trying to give an analogy, but it's like, I'm really excited, to put it out in the next couple of months. That I don't want to be specific about the time or the date, but the 25th for sure. I know I'm gonna try to get that party going, and if not, I always come back and let y'all know, because listen, if I ain't got it, listen, it's gonna have to get pushed back. But but my intention is to put out the entire EP this year in the next couple of months. But my single Winter, I'm definitely putting it out this month, before the end of this month, because I've been already performing it everywhere, and I want people to be able to stream it, listen to it, because I'm really proud of it. It's one of my favorite songs on this project, which is why I made it the single, and I can't wait to share it with everybody. I feel like it's a little bit of a different sound than my older songs,
Right.
but like I said, that's the growth I feel, and like I want to share that growth with everybody that's been listening, new listeners, everybody, to just kind of tap into like kind of this style that I'm playing with, because I'm an 80s, baby, and
Yes.
I still got that original, like, old school vibe, but I've like put a little bit of a modern twist to it. But I'm really proud of it. So I can't wait to share it with everybody. I can't wait to perform it and then go on tour. Like, I haven't been on tour in a couple years, and I don't know why people say don't like touring, but I love touring. I love to travel and meeting new people and all of that. So I'm just really excited for what's to come. I do plan on going out of the country at least once this year to go perform. And I haven't decided which place yet, because I've had a few invitations, and I'm just like, ooh, where should I go?
That's exciting though. A few
I'm
invitations.
super excited. I got invited to sing at some hotel in Japan, and
Ooh.
another opportunity is out in England. So I'm just like, I'm feeling things out. I'm looking at the numbers, I'm crunching the numbers, and
Mm-hmm.
I know that the right opportunity will illuminate itself, and I'll know exactly what to do when that time comes. But that's just a heads up for, what I got coming up and going on. And yeah, seasons, man, it's so much about seasons. But what I keep reiterating when I do talk about it is, it's the different seasons of my life, the transitions I've gone through, and the ups and downs. Like, it's been in a emotional roller coaster. Like, it's one of
Yes.
those. It's one of
Yes.
those. So
Oh.
I just really had to, like, take people for this ride through my relationships, through the stuff with my kids and their dad, and it's just so much stuff that I kind of packed into there. But I try to be as vague as possible, because like at the same time I still want my music to be relatable and for people to like feel that way, but I want to tell my story, because what's the point of being relatable if nobody knows what the hell you've been through or what you're going
Right.
through, to be able to say I went through that, and I at least I have somebody to look at that's gotten to the other side of this. you know a lot of it has to do with mental health. Mental health is a big topic, and it's really difficult because there's so many stigmas attached to mental health. And the first thing you hear when you hear mental health is, "Oh, she crazy."
Yeah.
And it's, especially in our community, I've
Yeah.
seen it so much that people don't understand mental health at all. And like I said, me being a healthcare provider, I can't help people if they don't know that they need help. So it's like bringing it out to the forefront, addressing things that are considered mental health issues, and knowing what to do next. Because, like, all right, we addressed it now. Now, what do you do? Now, what do we do about this? And I think a lot of people ask that questions, when they have a mental health issue or a mental health crisis. They even have things now with jobs that you can take a mental health day, because people realize that it's important that if your mind is not right, you're not going to be able to, do everything that you normally do. You're not going to be able to perform in the same capacity or, advance, or anything, because you're stuck in a state that nobody can see. It's a disease that nobody can see, so it's important to me to kind of like touch on all these subjects. And like, I care about our community, anybody, black, brown, colored people, anybody that's in our community, regardless of where they're from, what culture they're from, their background, Caribbeans, African Americans, like everybody in the mix. We need to look out for each other.
I agree.
Everybody looks out for themselves and they're afraid to like come together, but this is the time. This is the time. So all of that is what season kind of encapsulates. So I'm super excited to talk more about it, to like put the music out there and just to connect with everybody.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for it. I'm feeling it already. I can't wait. I'm hyped.
I'm listen, I'm super hyped.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna watch that live too on the 25th as well. I'm definitely gonna be tapped in watching that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna be sending out all of the links, and so everybody can have an opportunity to tap in. And I'm probably most likely gonna do another little party, and from in Jersey, because that's where I'm from originally. And then I'm gonna have another little thing in Florida. So it's just gonna be, I'm just gonna be making my rounds on my highest fan populations, wherever they're located at. I'm gonna try to get out there and meet the people and be around them, because like I said, it's on me. I'm doing it dolo, but I accept sponsors.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody here on Activated sponsors, where you at?
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm with it. Like if y'all with it, I'm with it. So so I'm excited. I can't wait to do more. I can't wait to show you guys more. I can't wait to tap in with you guys. Just look out for seasons. Look out for winter dropping soon. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Hey, I can't wait. And let everybody know, where they can find you for all of this good stuff that's coming.
Yes, you guys can all find me at NAYO DEZ. That's NAYODEZ on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok until it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facebook, you can find me, same name. I've joined so many platforms I don't even remember the name of it. Just type my name in Google. You'll find me and
Yes.
the music and the videos. And social media is a very powerful tool. So I do use it, even though I talk mad smack about the internet. I still use it. It's a powerful tool. I just don't want everybody to get sucked into only using it. Go outside, meet people. I'm trying to join some events that I can actually network and meet with people. I'll be announcing those as they come. And yeah, you can find me anywhere. Just look it up.
Hey, you gotta look it up and tap in and follow NAYO DEZ. You gotta stay tapped in,
Yeah.
and you always welcome back to get activated again. You
Yes,
always welcome.
thank you. Yes, listen, I love your show. I feel at home.
Thank you.
I could talk to you for hours. Like it's dope. I love it. I was so looking forward to this because I've been watching your interviews, and like you really, you ask some real hard hitting questions. You really make your person think, your guests think about what it is that they want to put out into the world. So I shout out to you, because without you I wouldn't be able to get this out there. I wouldn't be able to talk to the people like this.
Right. Hey, look, I'm honored, and they loving it, and they're gonna love you. They gotta be following, and staying tapped in, because I am.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna still be watching you. I support everything that you got going on. I support all people that are independent artists that are out there. I don't need to support mainstream. They got enough support. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I listen, but you don't gotta give them your money. They got money, people.
Facts.
Give it to me.
Facts. Pay, because independent artists, this is a self-investment, blood, sweat,
Correct.
tears, money, time, all of that.
Absolutely. So don't give Ray J your money, okay? Don't give Suki your money. Give it to me. You gonna give somebody your money, give it to somebody that could use it, not somebody that's already done made it, making it. They got their own people. Be my people. All right. Tap in
Exactly.
with me.
I agree. I agree. And do you have any shout outs that you want to give as well?
Oh yeah, shout out to Anthony Penny. He was one of my sponsors. And like I said, I'm looking for more sponsors. Shout out to my cousin Diana. She's the bomb. She's been holding me down because you need a team. Even if you don't have like a direct team like a mainstream artist does, you still need a support system. And it's so important that you stay tapped in with your support system. Shout out to my family and all my fans, everybody that listen to me and watch me all day. I love you guys so much. You guys give me so much gas and fuel to keep on going and encouragement. So I if I didn't mention you, I'm sorry. But I thank you to my family and friends and everybody that watch. And to you, thank you so much for having me again. I appreciate you having this platform and putting me on it because you want people to get into me more and listen to my music and really get to know who I am. So I really do appreciate you.
Oh, no, you're more than welcome, Queen. And, we definitely got to, it's only right to close it out with basically the song that kind of started it all as far as this recording. We got to, close it out with Stay. What do you think?
Oh, yes. Listen, I love that song. That song comes from the bottom of my heart. I was in a situationship and I was like, you know what? If you want me to stay, you better say something, because if you don't say something, I'm leaving. I don't got time for this foolishness.
Right.
So yes, stay is like, it's always a foundational thing. Like that's one of where I started off. That's my base. That was one of my first recorded songs, like when I decided to be brave enough to put out music. And I'm still proud of it till this day. So, thank you so much. Yes, that's my foundation. That's my start.
That's right. You should be. Everything coming full circle. Well, I want to thank you again, Queen, for coming on the Let's Get Activated podcast. Yes. I want to thank everybody for tapping in, sharing, watching the live, and everybody, please follow NAYO DEZ. Follow her, follow.
Thank you.
More. And we're going to close it out, with Stay, which is a vibe. I want to wish everybody peace and love. Let's go.
I didn't know that interview was going to be out.
Get into it, If you want me to stay, come tell it to my face. If you want me to stay, someday. If you want me to stay, and tell me to my face. If you want me to stay, I'll be willing to walk away. You ain't want it when you had it. Don't wanna prolong the pain. You be bragging and stay silent. I cannot proceed to pay for the hurts that I didn't break. You can't give me what you ain't got, so